A very warm welcome back to GlobeTrotting. Air India's recent aircraft orders are really the centerpiece of what the new ownership of Tata Group describes as a fundamentally new era. Following years of financial struggles primarily driven by government ownership, the airline's acquisition by Tata in 2021 marked a new era. However, how effective that new era is going to be still remains uncertain. Since the takeover took place, a strategic shift has allowed the carrier to operate without as many constraints and focus strictly on modernization efforts. A historic order of almost 500 planes in 2023, followed by an additional 100, highlights the airline's ambitious plans to reclaim its position as a leading global airline. But why has the airline been ordering so many aircraft? So firstly, the massive fleet expansion includes hundreds of Airbus aircraft. Meanwhile, hundreds of Boeing commercial airplane division jets will also be featured. These planes are the blueprint for the new era at Air India. While there have been challenges in acquiring these planes, certainly spurred on by supply chain troubles and internal manufacturing complications, they do present a very exciting future. Newly delivered planes such as the A350-900 are rated by their long-range capabilities, enabling next-generation flight with the new Air India on service to markets such as Europe and North America. Flying towards these markets, among others with the new product, is essential for showcasing what the company will offer customers and highlighting the dominance that it hopes to actually achieve moving forward. A cornerstone of also the vision for Air India is a younger, more efficient, modern aircraft offer significant advantages such as reduced consumption of fuel, lower maintenance cost, simplification, and enhanced reliability. While I know of late that maybe hasn't occurred due to supply chain problems, on paper that can be true. This shift, which Tata Group knows is taking shape, is essential for addressing Air India's legacy issues such as frequent delays, high operating costs, and a poor customer perception, which have plagued it. There are also concerns that stretch to the onboard product that is being offered to people flying the company. A younger fleet allows the airline to position itself to meet growing passenger expectations, which is continuing to shift, and arguably previous owners handled extremely poorly. Therefore, your new planes are really going to be key to allowing Air India to be competitive once again and fly the flag high in the future, given Air India is the flag carrier. Cabin upgrades are another vital component of this ongoing transformative effort, especially given the emerging competition across key markets. More and more airlines are expanding and getting aircraft capable of allowing advancements into certain areas of the globe, and this puts Air India at risk. Consequently, ensuring that cabins are state-of-the-art and reflect passengers' desires moving forward is also vital. Air India must compete with not just other companies that are growing in India, and trust me, there are many that are looking to emerge. Look no further than Indigo, who have purchased wide-body aircraft to grow their international fleet. But you've also got nearby markets, such as companies in the Middle East and Asia, that are all looking to compete with Air India to take market share away. Despite these ambitious plans that I continue to discuss, which could be certainly perceived as exciting, Air India faces challenges in acquiring aircraft on time due to global supply chain issues. It's a unique balance. Air India can only grow its fleet so quickly following the ability to obtain white-tail planes destined for airlines that couldn't see the jets delivered to them. It's important to note that this is a unique opportunity and not all airlines have the ability to acquire white-tail planes, which mean they get them sooner rather than later. Others are having to wait 5 to 10 years before they get their new aircraft on. However, because of all these other challenges, Airbus and Boeing have really struggled with their production bottlenecks. Therefore, they've been unable to deliver non-white-tail planes to customers such as Air India on time. These challenges require the flag carrier to adapt its forecast to focus on a long-term vision to cope, and as a result, a great deal of planning is required to try and secure a stable future. There is also a big focus on national pride. Another reason for the many aircraft orders is because the Tata Group wants to rebuild Air India as a flagship company. This includes a comprehensive rebranding effort that we have seen take shape, including a refreshed logo, livery, and overhaul to the service. Leadership under Campbell Wilson has emphasized to turn around from day one, attempting to align with standards featured by other major global carriers, and what Air India is really striving to become. By investing in branding and the fleet's modernization through the acquisition of new planes, Air India hopes to regain loyalty and appreciation from the people within its country and those looking from the outside in. However, by offering a competitive product, while they also hope to attract many travelers who may have previously frowned upon flying with the airline because of its complexities that have plagued them for so long. Old planes, while certainly are reliable and act truly as workhorses, more often than not eventually do start showing their signs of age on multiple fronts, especially if you are not investing in that all-important cabin product. The dated product aboard these older planes will really start to hurt the company. Planes such as the A350, which have just recently come in, are bringing in that fresh feel, which emphasizes the restoration of national pride. For example, next-gen planes can fly long-haul, but also do so with quieter cabins for customers flying aboard. They also have filtration systems that help reduce jet lag, providing a smoother flying experience that is even extending to Air India, investing very heavily and appointing some of the best designers in the world to create a product that is genuinely for the first time worth flying. Therefore, they've been commended for this investment, but it doesn't mean everything is going to simply slot into an ideal landscape. They can invest all they want in a new cabin product, but they need to maintain this. They need to have a service that is at the top of the standards, and much more. Why does this turnaround matter so much? Well, Air India's massive aircraft orders and overhaul is more than just a simple decision. It's for the airline become very much a way of life, as it attempts to recover from the many bruises that have been accumulated across the last decade, if not extending even further. The turnaround will not be simple and will not happen overnight. Worse still, it will not be guaranteed. That means there are many risks associated. There has been such significant investment that we have seen take place over the last few years. Some avenues may not work. Others may do so, but Air India feels confident in the team it has assembled to move forward in a positive manner. Much work still to be done until Air India can say they've formally turned the corner. However, implementing strategies, purchasing new planes is really the first step in this effort. The new planes, among other endeavours, allow the carrier to try and work towards something, see progress being achieved, and pounce on all of these investments. There are many onlookers that still remain very skeptical about the Air India business and whether this turnaround will be a success. Whereas I've had the pleasure of also speaking to other high-profile industry analysts from universities and data analytics companies who have spoke on the company, believing that the new leadership team is really what the airline did not have in the last, say, decade, which meant a lot of things were neglected. It is a multi-year process, and the first steps are only just now being concluded. In the next 5 to 10 years, we'll have a better picture of really where Air India stands. Thank you very much for your support here on the channel. It is greatly appreciated. Please take care, do be safe, and I will see you in a couple of days right back here on GlobeTrotting for your latest industry analysis.